From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordo, and this is your News 8 Daily for Monday, November 25th. It is a holiday week with more mild conditions really out there this morning. We're in the 50s. It feels really nice, but we have big changes headed our way. Potential for snow on Thanksgiving.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Why get all your holiday decorations delivered through Instacart? Because maybe you only bought 2 wreaths but have 12 windows. Or maybe your toddler got very eager with the advent calendar. Or maybe the inflatable snowman didn't make it through the snowstorm. Or maybe the twinkle lights aren't twinkling. Whatever the reason, this season, Instacart's here for hosts and their whole holiday haul. Get decorations from the Home Depot, CVS, and more through Instacart and enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.
There are no reports of arrests this morning after a violent weekend in Indianapolis. Leaves 2 people dead, 2 in critical condition, and several others injured. According to police, there were at least a dozen shootings across the city on Saturday and Sunday. The victims include a person who IMPD says showed up to Riley Hospital for Children with gunshot wounds on Saturday night. We do not know their age, but police say they were in critical condition. Then officers responded to a deadly shooting at McDonald's on East 38th Street. A man died there. According to IMPD, early Sunday morning, 3 people were injured in a shooting on East 40th Street. All are stable at the hospital. Officers say 2 other men were shot at an abandoned liquor store on East New York Street. 1 died, the other is critically injured. Police also responded to 5 other shootings yesterday and say all of those victims are stable. If you have any information on these crimes, you are asked to contact IMPD or Crime Stoppers. Your statewide news network covers Fulton County, where state police are now leading the investigation into a deadly shooting by police. It happened late Saturday morning in Rochester. State police say it started with a call of domestic disturbance involving a gun. Investigators say Stephen Harding pointed a gun in the direction of an officer, and a Rochester officer and a Fulton County Sheriff's deputy both fired. Harding died at that scene. No officers are injured. Both the officer and the deputy are on standard administrative leave during the investigation. A Perry Township elementary school is open today despite a car crashing into the building. The wreck happened early yesterday morning at Winchester Village Elementary School. Police say a vehicle was going westbound on Stop 12 Road and ran off the road, then hit the northeast corner of the school. No one was at the school at the time. School leaders say maintenance and restoration crews are cleaning up that damage. ITMate reports that a $15 million federal grant will help bring high-speed internet to more rural areas of Indiana. ITMate's Kat Sandoval explains how this could be a game changer for farmers.
About a third or more of people in rural areas don't have high-speed internet, and that's why this funding can inject much-needed resources for farmers.
You know, so many people just rely on their cell phone for internet access, and to be honest, that isn't sufficient in most cases to run a business.
Katrina Hall of Indiana Farm Bureau says high-speed internet will enable farmers to use technology to their advantage. Many farm equipments are able to crunch numbers and gather data so farmers know in real time the weather, crop health, and optimizing fertilizer applications, among other things, and thereby making farming more profitable.
I mean, new technology in the ag space is coming online every day. And so So much of that will depend on the data that's possible to be gathered through high-speed internet.
That would be hard to do with slow internet or no internet access at all. But the reason why rural internet is so slow or non-existent is because installing fiber optics in remote areas is expensive. Sparsely populated areas also make it harder for internet providers to turn a profit. So federal funds may help.
There's still going to be areas where even the big influx of federal money that is coming to Indiana I personally think that we won't, even though the goal is to reach every household, I'm not quite sure that we're going to make it there. So this will require continued investments by the internet service providers, and I anticipate probably by the state, so that our communities and individuals out in rural Indiana are covered.
This is the first round of the program that'll connect rural and urban Hoosiers. This project is part of an even larger federal grant worth $800 million for various states to tap into. Reporting in Indianapolis, I'm Kat Sandoval, ITmate, Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
In Colts Watch, the Lions roared into Indianapolis, and the Colts just could not respond at Lucas Oil Stadium. Anthony Richardson and the Colts offense did not get in the end zone all day. A dropped pass by tight end Drew Ogletree in the second quarter was as close as they got. That drive ended with a field goal, and that was the Colts' last score of the game. Lions won 24-6. News 8's Andrew Chernoff has more on why the Colts came up short.
The Colts had chances on Sunday during their 24-6 loss to the Lions, but penalties were absolutely crippling. Indy had 10 of them for 75 yards, many of them negating giant plays from this Colts offense. And that's something that you cannot have when you're playing a team like the Lions.
We got to take advantage of our opportunities, when we got them. Obviously, this league comes down to inches, it comes down to yards, and you got to take advantage of those opportunities when you have them.
We knew that was a great team right there, but they didn't really do anything spectacular to beat us. They played that game the right way, and we didn't go out there and execute the way we knew that we were supposed to. We got behind the sticks a few times. We let them throw a few penalties on us because of our discipline and our details.
Really just beating ourselves, though, first and foremost. It was like 10 or 11 something penalties, so that's already going to put you behind. When you're not playing clean football against a great team like that, you're already putting yourself behind the stick. So that's just first and foremost, that's something that you have to fix immediately.
That's uncharacteristic of us. We know we're a more disciplined team than that. The penalties, it's toughest when to bounce back over and over again when the penalty take away a big play. But that's just something we got to tighten up and be better at next time.
It's always tough when you're behind the chains then, and especially when you did have a explosive play with a 20, 30-yard gain, and then on top of that, not only is it taken back, so you got to then be in 1st and 20 or something like that. So, just kind of a lot of unfortunate events in that term today, but. We just got to be better and can't shoot ourselves in the foot that way.
Yes, Indianapolis may have lost 4 of its last 5 games, but the schedule gets a whole lot easier going forward. In fact, the Colts have just 1 more game remaining against a team with a 500 or better record. So there are opportunities going forward. So that playoff push truly begins next Sunday in New England. Inside Lucas Oil Stadium, Andrew Chernoff, Wish TV, wishtv.com. Or follow us on Facebook for updates.
In college football, we'll find out tomorrow whether IU is still in line for a college football playoff spot after Saturday's loss at Ohio State. Hoosiers fell 5 spots to number 10 in the latest AP poll. After the game, Coach Curt Cignetti said, in his words, it's so obvious that IU is still worthy of a playoff spot. IU takes its 10-1 record into Saturday's Old Oaken Bucket game against Purdue at Memorial Stadium in Bloomington. Notre Dame finds itself in a potentially better playoff spot thanks to the Hoosiers' loss. The Irish moved up 1 spot to number 5 in the AP poll after beating Army Saturday. Notre Dame wraps up the regular season on the road against rival USC this Saturday. The Indiana Pacers try to put together back-to-back home wins tonight after getting a badly needed win over Washington Sunday. Balanced attack for the Pacers with 7 players in double digits. It was extremely close most of the way. Neither team led by more than 4 until the third quarter. Pacers pulled away late, though, winning 115-103. Indiana hosts the Pelicans tonight at 7. Holiday cheer is about to hit high gear on Mass Ave. The Athenaeum Chris Kindle Market opens for its 3rd season later this week. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez is there this morning and has more on the vendors.
14 vendors. One of them is Coat Check Coffee. You may have popped in the Athenaeum to check them out. They're going to be selling some hot drinks here if you come to the market. Here, tell us a little bit more. What's the offer? Is Scott Howlis? Hallwis?
Hallwis.
Yeah. Hallwis.
Yeah.
We went over before like 3 times. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Let's start there. You guys are offering something new, butterbeer. Everyone, I'm sure, knows it from Harry Potter. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that on air, but
I'm not sure.
tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, the Athenaeum approached us and wanted us to work on a new beverage for them this year. So basically just QC'd a butterbeer with them. And yeah, it landed on this beverage. We do use Coach Check's butterscotch that we use for our latte in there. Yeah, and so it's going to be a nice, warm, delicious treat while you're here.
So you have a little bit ready for us if you want to kind of walk me through what you're doing. You're pouring it out?
Yeah, so we'll have a different container, but basically it's going to come out hot. This is all kind of batched day of. So yeah, you can already kind of smell the butter coming out of there. And then basically just going to have a little whipped cream on top. And we haven't decided on a garnish yet. Yep, I knew that was coming. So
we're testing. We're still workshopping it.
Yeah. A little too much pressure in that one.
And there is no alcohol in this, right?
No alcohol.
Cool.
Yeah, feel free to taste it.
All right.
It'll be a little hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might have some butterscotch powder on top. That might be the only other thing.
Scott, thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it. The Chris Kindle Market here at the Athenaeum opens on Friday at 11. It's open on weekends, Friday through Sundays. It closes most days at 8, but then on Sunday it does close early at 5. If you want to catch some of the holiday cheer here off of Mass Ave, again, everything opens 11 on this Friday, Black Friday. Reporting downtown, I'm Hernan Gutierrez, Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Winter lights are back at Newfields. The elaborate light display opened for its 8th season over the weekend. This year, organizers say Newfields has added a custom soundtrack that is synced up with more than 2 million twinkling lights. There are also seasonal treats like s'mores, hot cocoa, and gingerbread popcorn. We have more information on winter lights right now at wishtv.com. If you or someone you know still needs a Thanksgiving turkey, you can get one for free today at 2 different giveaways in Lawrence. Both are at the Lawrence Community Park on North Franklin Road. The first is Mount Perrin Baptist Church's 4th annual turkey giveaway. Organizers say turkeys are free and first come, first serve. It runs from 9 this morning until noon or until supplies run out. Lawrence Police are also giving away Thanksgiving food for free at the same place this afternoon. They say they will have enough food for about 150 people. That giveaway is from 3 to 5 this afternoon. Wish TV is proud to once again partner with the Moselle Sanders Thanksgiving Dinner, and we are in the final stretch for getting donations. We've made it easy for you to help. You can just text Moselle, that's M-O-Z-E-L, to 53555. Remember, a $20 donation can help feed a family of 4 this holiday season. The American Red Cross wants you to stay safe from fires this Thanksgiving and is giving some cooking advice. They say Thanksgiving and the day before are the top 2 days in the country for cooking fires. Organization suggests using a timer when cooking food, keep pot holders and other flammable materials away from the stove, keep kids and pets at least 3 feet away from cooking areas, and buy a fire extinguisher for your home. Jane King's at the NASDAQ with your business headlines ahead of holiday travel. New technology from American Airlines could stop people from cutting lines.
If you're not in the right boarding group, but you try to get on earlier, there's a term for those people. It's called gate lice. And American has some new technology to keep people into the gate before they are called to board a flight. So more than 100 airports across the U.S. will be using this boarding tech over the busy Thanksgiving and Christmas travel period. They didn't reveal all 100 of those, so we'll see if Indianapolis International has that. Well, the college financial aid forms are out. After weeks of testing, the overhaul was meant to simplify the form, which is known as the FAFSA, but technical problems caused lots of headaches last year. The government says those are all fixed. Plus, the Education Department hired an additional 700 call center workers to help families if they have trouble submitting the form. Well, during the holiday season, you need to protect your home against Wi-Fi cybersecurity threats, especially if you have guests using your Wi-Fi. Now, between 2023 and 24, Plume detected and blocked a 48% increase in cybersecurity cybersecurity threats in the U.S. Botnets have been driving the largest share of that increase, and this does include ransomware. Those have also increased. So Plume recommends setting up guest passwords to prevent any unauthorized access. And AAA says 72% of Americans plan to travel by car this Thanksgiving. The good news is gas prices have reached their lowest level since 2021. Gas Buddy head of petroleum analysis Patrick DeHaan says 31 states now have an average gas price below $3 a gallon, and that does include Indiana. Well, the Dow closed on a new record on Friday. It is a holiday shortened trading week. The markets, of course, will be closed on Thursday. Today, we're looking higher. Dow's pointing up about 300 points. Live from the NASDAQ market site, I'm Jane King. Back to you.
This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook for updates.
Whether you're scouring business financial sites or listening to economics podcasts like this one till your ears ring, you'll find there's no surefire secret to successfully managing your company's finances for the future. It turns out you might just need to pair with PNC Corporate and Institutional Banking, whose team of dedicated relationship managers bring 160 years of experience, pragmatic advice, and an array of tools and tech to scale to any size business. In fact, they're so tuned in to what you need, they knew you'd be listening to this podcast. As for that ringing in your ears, that's the brilliant sound of success. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC and PNC Bank are registered marks of the PNC Financial Services Group, Inc., PNC. Copyright 2024, the PNC Financial Services Group, Inc., all rights reserved.
You know that feeling when your favorite brand really gets you? Deliver that feeling to your customers every time. Memorable moments like these are key to building your business and your brand. Brands like Headley & Bennett use Klaviyo's marketing automation platform to turn their customer data into more personalized connections across AI-powered email, SMS, analytics, and more, making every moment count. Build smarter digital relationships with your customers and make every moment count with Klaviyo. Learn more at klaviyo.com.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.